What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we will be talking about my review of the Record of Ragnarok anime that has just come out today. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, please help out your boy and subscribe. And if you guys would like to discuss more about the Record of Ragnarok anime, I'll leave a link to my Discord server in the description section. Okay, so the anime itself. Now, initially when the trailer first came out, I did not have high hopes for the anime due to the fact that it lacked a lot of substance in terms of what the anime had included. At first I thought, it is an anime trailer, so I don't think they'll put the best things out there just so that the fans kind of speculate what sort of content that the studio Graphinica will send out. But the trailer was exactly the same as the anime played it out as. Like, sometimes, especially with bigger animes such as Attack on Titan, we had the trailer come out and it was much different from what we actually had going on in each episode with Attack on Titan Season 4. Now, the Record of Ragnarok anime is somewhat disappointing. It is very, very underachieving in what Record of Ragnarok is as a series, and due to this fact, a lot of people will be annoyed with how much quality Graphinica put in the Record of Ragnarok anime, which is kind of a slap in the face to a lot of manga readers of the Record of Ragnarok show, and for that reason it is very, very bottom tier in terms of anime. Let's first start off with some of the positives that Record of Ragnarok had as an anime. So one of the biggest positives that I believe that the Record of Ragnarok anime had was the voice acting. Now, I watched the entire season in English dub, and I have to say each actor put in their best effort for this show, especially Adam and Zeus's voice dub. Now, these two voice actors had a lot got on their plate, as this fight is probably one of the most liked and most favorited fight by the entire Record of Ragnarok fandom, and these voice actors put on a stellar performance, so I have to give them that. So one of the big positives of Record of Ragnarok in terms of the anime is that it had very, very good voice acting. Another big positive of the Record of Ragnarok anime, I have to say, is that they kept strictly to what happened within the manga. So keeping to the plot was a big take for Record of Ragnarok, and due to the fact them keeping to the storyline, it made Record of Ragnarok anime a little bit better. And I'm really happy that they didn't cut out any major sequences within the story, and for that reason I have to say that is a positive takeaway from the Record of Ragnarok anime. And now we have to talk about the animation, and boy, do I have to say that it is probably the worst animated anime I have ever seen in my life. Like, Seven Deadly Sins was bad, but Record of Ragnarok takes it to another level. You guys will probably see from my Twitter, I was not happy at the anime at all. You will see my utter dismay for what Graphinica had created in the Record of Ragnarok anime. And I just have to say, like, this is such an epic story. Why could you not make the animation a little bit better? Even if it was done in 3D animation, I would have not minded, but the quality of each segment within this anime is absolutely abysmal. Now let's talk about the key animation that Graphinica had decided for Record of Ragnarok, which was stop motion. Now, what stop motion animation is that when the show is showing key segments or just certain crowd reactions or just certain expression within characters, what happens is that they still the image and kind of just shift the pattern of how the image is moving. And Record of Ragnarok, it was only supposed to be used when you showed someone who is not important, such as the crowd's reaction. But Graphinica has decided that it would be a good idea to show it throughout each episode of the anime, not just in a certain segment. It was used throughout every single segment of a 5-minute span. And for this reason, it made the animation very dull, and regrettably, it was just trash how they decided to just use stop motion animation continuously, and it was very lazy of them to do that. And for a big budget company like them to just use stop motion anime for important sequences, even within fight, especially the Lu Bu versus Thor fight, where we see that both these fighters engaging in battle with each other, and this is a pretty high-paced anime to put in stop motion animation, and for them to decide to do that, it kind of felt dull and boring. Secondly, we have the actual drawings of the anime, and oh my god, were they absolutely disgusting. Even within key segments, we saw that there was inconsistencies within fights. If you look closely at the Lu Bu versus Thor fights, there are moments in which they thought that we wouldn't notice this, but they swapped the faces of both Thor and Lu Bu plenty of times. So at first, I remember just watching it, and then I had to pause it for some reason. I wanted to get some chips or something like that, and then I just came back and I just stared at my screen, and I saw that Lu Bu's face was on Thor's face and Thor's face was on Lu Bu's face. Now, these sort of mistakes people do tend to notice, and if you look back at the fight and pause it at certain moments, you'll see there are clear inconsistencies in how they have drawn the characters. Even with muscular definition, they have not put any effort into. If you look at Thor's leg particularly, you'll see when he makes his entrance, his legs are very masculine, they have a lot of definition to them. But within the fight, when he's engaging Lu Bu, they are short, lanky and skinny. Like, what's going on, Graphinica? Why would you not put in a little bit of extra effort to put in some detail which resembles the characters clearly? But obviously Graphinica, they did not give a shit at all about the definition of this anime, and they just thought that, hey, let's just put this together, let's not care about animation detail, let's just just draw whatever we want, and let's just hope people don't notice. But there are people that absolutely love Record of Ragnarok who most likely have noticed the inconsistency of detail within this anime. So this is my take on the Record of Ragnarok anime. Now, I know a lot of you are saying that the animation isn't that bad, or like it's better than I'm probably gonna say it is, but guys, come on, let's be serious here. This is absolutely an abomination. Now, if we look at how the track record of how Netflix puts out its anime, they are very, very high quality. Let's look at Beastars, or let's look at the new anime that came out, I think last week. It's called Therese. If you look at the animation of those shows itself, you can see that there is high detail and very high quality in each of those animations. But Record of Ragnarok had so much potential, like the potential for Record of Ragnarok to be up there with some of the high level and high achieving animes that are out in 2021 so far right now. It should have been there, but due to the animation, it will never reach there. Like, it's probably going to drive away fans rather than get more fans within the Record of Ragnarok community, and this is very, very bad. And Netflix should not have purchased this and gone with Studio Graphinica for the Record of Ragnarok anime. I am very, very disappointed, and there are certain takeaways that are good that I have given, which is such as the voice acting, but other than that, a lot of people just focus on the animation, and animation is key. It is always key. If the animation of an anime is bad, there won't be any fans to that anime or series or manga readers, and this is going to have a bad impact on the Record of Rock community, and I'm just really annoyed, to be honest. If we look at things like Berserk 2016, which was really bad, and everyone was critiquing that for bad animation, and let's also look at Seven Deadly Sins, which also had really bad animation for a season, and And having bad animation in this day and age is just inexcusable. Even sometimes in One Piece, where some arcs were kind of badly animated, but we know that the studio kind of patched it up. But with Graphinica, they have completely ruined Record of Ragnarok, and there is no reprehensible situation in which they can fix season 1 of Record of Ragnarok now. But if Netflix decided to take Record of Ragnarok to another studio, I'll be more than happy. Even if MAPPA were like, hey, we know that season 1 of Record of Ragnarok did not do so well, let us take over. That would be pretty interesting. Or, this is very wishful thinking of me, someone like UFO Table to take over Record of Ragnarok animation would have been very good too. But Graphinica, I am very disappointed in them. I think that they are probably now bottom tier in terms of animation studios out there. I mean, I did a lot of research on Graphinica. The only big named animation that they have ever done is Hellsing Ultimate, and that's it. And other than that, now they have Record of Ragnarok under their belts. It's a complete disaster, and guys, I would not recommend you guys watch this.